Hello everybody and welcome back. So I got a new pellet grill about a month ago to replace my old Traeger Model 100. I like everything about it except for this fold down shelf it has on the front. I like that there's a shelf there and I like that it folds down. The problem is it's only 8 inches deep. It's really not deep enough to be very useful. So today I'm working on making a larger shelf to go in there. So I'm going to make a panel the exact dimensions of the shelf that I need, which are 32 3/4 inches by 14 by 3/4 thick. So I'll build a shelf to these dimensions and carve my design into it. And speaking of the design, this is what I came up with. I saw this barbecue flag on somewhere, I can't remember where I saw it, but I saw it somewhere else. I thought it looked pretty cool, so I went with that. And then I thought one of these cows with all the parts of the cow labeled would be pretty cool. And the grill is a Pit Boss Pro, so I put the name in there. And if we go to the 3D view and we look at the tool paths over here, we have one profile toolpath that will cut out all the line work. That's going to be with a 60-degree V-bit. And then we have all the V-carved stars and words, which will also be a 60-degree V-bit, so I don't have to do any bit change while doing this carve. So this is what it will look like when it's done carving, and then I will paint it up and give it a good sanding, and then give it several coats of a spar urethane since it's going to be outdoors. That should protect it really well. So that's it for the design. Let's head over to the shop and start cutting some wood. Alright guys, we're over in the garage now. I went to my local hardwood dealer and I got this really nice piece of Spanish cedar. This is a great wood to use for outdoor projects, so I'll be using it to make the shelf. Now this is only surfaced on 2 sides, so I need to joint an edge and then rip it to width. And because I have a kind of small joiner, I'm going to rough cut this to the length I need, and then I'll joint those pieces. After I joint one edge, I'll rip them to width, and that jointed edge will give me a nice surface to glue together. So that's it. This is a real simple panel glue up, so let's get it done. Alright guys, I'm all set up to start this carve, but I did make one change that I wanted to show you real quick. Originally I was just going to do a profile toolpath on these stripes here, just profile out the lines, but instead I decided to do a flat bottom V-carve. Now it's 2 toolpaths, and there's a clearing path with an 1/8 inch end mill to give me a flat bottom, and then with the 60-degree V-bit it will do all around the edges, and then a little bit in here where the 1/8 inch end mill can't reach, it'll clear that out. And the result is it'll look like this. So that's kind of what it'll look like. It'll be all flat in here and then have an angled edge around it. I think that'll look look better than just having a line around the outside of it. And then I'll be able to paint all of this. So that's the change I made. Let's carve it. Alright guys, it's time to finish up this barbecue shelf. Originally I was going to paint the shelf and then pour clear resin, but I think instead I'm going to skip the painting and I'm just going to color the resin. I'm going to be using this JB Weld clear top resin. It's supposed to have really good UV protection. It also has a bit of a higher heat tolerance than other resins I saw, so I thought this would be really good for not only outdoors but next to the barbecue. Alright guys, that is 5 coats of spar urethane done on the shelf. I think it's looking really good and I'm ready to install it. So the existing shelf is just made of sheet metal. I'll drill some holes in that and then I will screw in from the underside through that shelf into this one. The only thing I need to be concerned with is that I don't put a screw in where the epoxy is poured. So I'll just measure where my screws are going and make sure they're going into wood and not into the epoxy. Alright, so let's go get this installed and finish this up.